Okay, hello there. Welcome to my channel, Life, Home, and My Linux Journeys. In this journey, we're going to be going over Nomad BSD, which is based on FreeBSD, and so far for me, it works just like FreeBSD. And so we're going to start to install it, but we're going to install it in a Virtualbox first. And I know it's not meant to go in a Virtualbox, but you may find a time when you want to experiment with Nomad BSD and you want to look at it in a Virtualbox first. Although that's not recommended, but we're going to try it. So let's go to my desktop here. And this is their homepage right here, nomadbsd.org. And it starts off with, there's a lot of information on here. So one of the first things it says is Nomad BSD is a persistent live system for the USB flash drives based on FreeBSD. It is configured and used for a desktop and can be used for data recovery, which is what I'm interested in. The requirements, development, a lot of stuff on this page. Alright, so here's your download. If you click this link right there, it's going to open up this, and you'll scroll down and do your download first by picking your mirror location. And that's pretty simple. You're going, if you're looking for 64-bit, which it does actually cover 32-bit, is still available at this point. So anyway, you're going to write it to a USB image stick. And here's your different commands for different systems: FreeBSD, OpenBSD, even NetBSD, Dragonfly, even Mac OS, Linux. And that's how you download it and put it on a USB, but we're not going to do that. Here's the handbook. I guess I should have started at the top of the page. Handbook goes through, I mean, it's phenomenal how much it goes through here. It's not meant for, again, it's not meant for installation, but you can. And it says performs well on a USB 2 flash drives, but writing many small files can be very slow. It says, here's the part I like: do not use a cheap, no-name thumb drive. They sell at supermarkets and drugstores. These drives are very slow and reliable. If you click this link right here, you'll find somebody did a and Tech did a experiment with 2, 4, 6, 7 different flash drives. And if you look at the page, ADATA or ADATA, Kingston Data, they all, there's only one that ADATA drops down in the middle of the category there. But for the most part, those two win all of the, are faster than any of the other ones. Alright, this is the, if you click on the handbook here and it says you want to find out packages, you can click here, open up this link, and it's going to show you all the packages that's going to be installed. And you're going to get AMD, Intel, let's see if I can find it. Probably not. Cut. Get a bunch of G streamers. Here we go: Radeon, GPU firmware, Intel, Radeon, AMD. And it actually boots up to an NVIDIA. At least both of my machines that use NVIDIA, I booted it up and it worked just fine. So that's pretty nice. So let's go back to their handbook here and scroll down till we find installing in a Virtualbox. Download and extract an image that you intend to run. Create a virtual hard disk, or it's actually a virtual disk image, virtual disk image from the image. And here's your commands to do that. And they say it's not necessary, but I would definitely resize the size of the VDI. So it tells you how to do that, and we're going to do that. Let's do it right now. First thing I'm going to do, let me bring up my notes here. I got all that copied over, and this is Thunar File Manager, and I'm going to go there to the folder that I have it downloaded, and you can see I've already created the image there, but I'm going to open up a terminal here, Slide that over where it can be seen. Let's see, let's go ls so we can see. We got the lzma as well as the .image file. It says extract the image. And then on Void Linux, I had to install some, there was one archiver installed, but I went ahead and installed some other ones. So this command right here, let's go paste, and then I go Nomad, and I hit tab, and I make sure that that's a 0711, and it is. And this should tell me that the image is already created. Yep, file exists. So there that is right there. If it hadn't been there, it would have put it there. So next, create a virtual hard disk from the image. And again, this is right on the page right here. Minimize that. Again, I'm only going to go to that where it identifies itself. Start off with Nomad and hit tab. And this is the image file, which is what we want right here. Nomad image. And then we're going to rename it and format it to a VDI. And there it's working on it. So this will take just a second, but what we're going to do after this is we're going to resize it, because once it's increased in, or once you've made the VDI, Virtualbox will not redo it. You can't, in other words, you adjust your disk size in Virtualbox, it's going to make no difference. So now's the time to resize it. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually resize it to a 24 gigabyte VDI. 1, 2, 3, fast. All right, so that gives us our image, or our VDI. I'm going to minimize this, bring up my Virtualbox. We're going to click on New. And we'll call this Nomad BSD. We're not going to select the image here. We are going to go here though and change it to BSD. Picks up free BSD, that's fine. Here we're going to let's give it 4 gigs of swap. Give it 2 cores of the processor. And you can enable the EFI or the BIOS. If you enable the EFI, you'll have to power off. It'll get to a certain point and hang. You'll have to power off manually. On BIOS, it doesn't do that. So we'll put it at EFI. Hard disk, it doesn't matter. We're going to come right here and bring this up where you can make sure you see it. Use an existing virtual hard disk file. So we're going to check that. Tick it. Open up our folder or our browser. And let's go find downloads, Nomad BSD. There it is. Open. Choose, no problem. So we're finished. Say finished. Now we'll go in here and change some of the settings, like the user interface. Let's take that off. Audio, let's make that on both sides. So we're good to go. Let's start this bad boy up. There we go. Let's boot up. Take just a minute here, and there's going to be some prompts. All that's covered on these pages here. It's going to be some prompts when you first boot up that you have to answer. All right, so the first one will be your language. English US, enter. Before you can use Nomad BSD, there are some things that need to be set up. The setup will only write to a USB flash drive it is currently running from. It will not change your system, which it didn't. So I'm going to leave the keyboard and do a test. T%. Yep, that works. Next. Additional keyboard layouts. If you had other keyboards, you could also do that. Now, I'm telling you all this because this is going to be the same exact experience that you have booting up to real hardware. All right, let's go find America, Chicago, since I'm in the central time zone. All right, select your time. Now give it a password. Let me do that again. Wrong password. All right, confirm it. Say next. You can encrypt your data here if you choose. I'm not going to, especially a VirtualBox. Here you can select your own shell, ZS or ZSH, bash, C shell, and shell. I'm going to just leave it at default here. And by default, it's going to select the Easy Editor, which is a FreeBSD terminal application. Or you can use Vim or Vi, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to use the Easy Editor. Here's a summary of what it's fixing to do for us. Click Next. And this will probably take a minute because it is in a VirtualBox, but if you have it installing on a hard drive, a good USB drive, it'll be pretty quick. And we're going to have to reboot. And I wonder if it will remove this. Let's find out. Nope, there was no hard drive to remove. Okay, so this is what you're going to get in a VirtualBox. This should automatically connect since I am in a VirtualBox. You're going to get the DSP mixer, which works phenomenally. You go to, well, let's find display. See if we can do something about that. $16 by 9, say apply, keep it, close. All right. Once again, we're going to get the DSP mixer, and since I'm in a VirtualBox, there's not much to adjust. This is called DSP MD. I call it DSP mount drive. Works phenomenally on real hardware again. You're going to get Sakura, Firefox, Thunderbird, Calculator, Genie, VLC, GIMP, Octo package, and help. Opens up the handbook. Okay, let's look in the menu. This is the application menu under accessories. You can see here. This is all going to be what you get right off the bat. Now, it'll be up to you how you want to set it. Set up your stuff. It's not really made for content creation. I would think it's mostly for recovery. And you're going to get tools to do that. Graphics, we got the GIMP, Xprinter, scanning, internet, we got FileZilla, Thunderbird, hand transmission, multimedia, DSP mixer, simple screen recorder, which works, VLC, Office, you just get a PDF viewer. Now right here under System, you're going to see where it says Installer. On my next video, this is where I'll be on a real USB drive, and we'll go through the installation of actually putting it on a SSD thumb drive. So let's just power this off, and it's typical FreeBSD. So it would be sudo pkg update or search or install or remove. So those are your basic commands right there. Other than that, it's going to be just like FreeBSD. Or I should say, as far as how it acts. So we set this up with UEFI. You'll see what I'm talking about here. I think I did. EFI enabled. Usually hangs up here in a second. So here's my notes on there. Now there may be a time, there was one of my experiments when I was working on getting this done, that I actually had to change the permissions before Virtualbox would load the virtual disk image. And those are your commands right there to get that done if you need to. And there's other ways, always. Right here is where it's going to hang up. So I'm going to just say power off. And that's it. That's how you set it up in Oracle VirtualBox. Now, once you get it converted to a VDI, there's a command that you can convert VDIs to whatever it is that Virtual Machine Manager or Virt Manager uses. That's up to you. So that's going to do it for this part of the video. That's how you install it in VirtualBox, or you can put it in Virtual Machine if you convert the VDI to whatever it is they use, and it'll be easy to find. I'm impressed with how much information is available in that handbook. And it's all ABC, right down to what you might need and what you might not need. I was actually asked to look at Nomad BSD probably a couple of years ago now, and I never forgot it. But through my experiences here of moving GhostBSD and FreeBSD, I said, well, let me just look at Nomad BSD. And when we get into part 2, where we're installing on actual hardware, you'll see just how blazingly fast this is. And if you look at those packages, you'll see that you get a lot of stuff. Now, at this point, I need to warn you, if you install Nomad BSD, this 14.11.07, and you want to upgrade to patch 2, it's going to ruin your system. And at this point, I've got my USB set up with the programs I want, a couple of programs I want, because it'll let you install a couple things, and then the next time you try it, it's going to try to upgrade. And if you hit upgrade or say yes, it's going to wipe your system. In fact, when you reboot, you'll have to type in exec start xfce 4 to even get a desktop. But we'll cover some more of that when we get on to the real hard drive. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on another video. Peace out. Bye.